I am Nikhil Kumar. I am posted as professor in the Department of English of Veer Kunwar Singh University, Ara. In one of my earlier video talks, I spoke on Sri Aurobindo's yogic discovery of overmind aesthesis with reference to poetry. Sri Aurobindo has given his concept of, or I must say not concept, but vision or discovery of overmind aesthesis in one of his letters on Savitri. In the said letter, he has spoken of the rus of sound in the aesthesis itself and overmind aesthesis. Furthering my previous talk, I would like to speak on the evolutionary role of the rus of sound in the overmind aesthesis. Thus, my topic comes to be, I repeat, the evolutionary role of the rus of sound in the overmind aesthesis. Here I feel the need of recapitulating Sri Aurobindo's vision of overmind aesthesis, which I presented in my earlier video talks. Aesthesis is the reaction of consciousness. And this aesthesis is appropriately expressed in the Sanskrit term ras, for which we substitute an English word taste, TST, test. Since there is a hierarchy of consciousness, there is a rus of the sound which expresses the truth perceived by the particular plane of consciousness. So, since our topic is the evolutionary role of the rus of sound in the overmind aesthesis, first of all, we are required to discuss the concept of sound in physics. In physics, sound is a vibration caused by some disturbance on the plane of matter. This very sound, in fact, evolves. We speak of linguistic sound. We have words. Words are the forms of sounds, and such sound is the linguistic sound. So, sound in general in the world of physics and the sound in the linguistic world, that is to say, the linguistic sound, are different from each other. When we compare both, linguistic sound comes to be an evolved form of the sound in general of which physics speaks. Linguistic sound manifests the mental consciousness, and since the mental consciousness is under the evolution to its higher spiritual and supramental planes, the linguistic sound evolves consequently. Simply speaking, the evolution of linguistic sound depends upon the evolution of consciousness to its spiritual and supramental planes. So let us think of mind also. What is mind from the point of view of sound? Within mind we have thought, and thought is the vibration of the mental consciousness. Even the very root of sound in the world of physics lies on the plane of mind consciousness, or rather on the higher planes of mental consciousness, that is to say spiritual consciousness, and transcending spiritual consciousness we have the supramental consciousness. So there is a supramental vibration also. So the world of science, particularly quantum physics, affirms this very fact. Quantum theory has discovered the existence of probability wave. This is not a three-dimensional wave. In fact, it is a tendency caused by the change of thought taking place in the mind of the experimenter, of the experimenter who is working there on the activities of the particles in the subatomic level of matter. So the moment there is a change of thought, a tendency is created towards the formation of electron photon. This very tendency congeals into electron photon constituting matter, constituting atom, and finally matter. So the very sound of which physics speaks has its origin not only on the plane of mental consciousness of the experimenter, but on the higher spiritual planes of consciousness, and finally the supramental consciousness. Sri Aurobindo has discovered the 4 planes of spiritual consciousness. I have also spoken in my previous talks: high mind, illumined mind, intuitive mind, and overmind. So overmind is the summit of spiritual consciousness on the plane of mind, and there exists, or rather beyond the overmind plane of consciousness, there exists the one transcendent divine consciousness, supramental consciousness. So when we come to the point of the overmind consciousness and the reaction on the overmind plane of consciousness, which is in fact the ras, which is aesthesis, which is ras, we have to think over the features of overmind consciousness, which is the highest plane of spiritual consciousness. So this is the origin of aesthesis. Since overmind plane of consciousness is the cosmic consciousness, it is aware of its divine origin on the transcendent plane of D capital divine consciousness, or if you use Sri Aurobindo's term, the supramental consciousness. So here on this very plane, the reaction which is aesthesis, there is Anand, there is the ras of the sound. sound is there, vibration is there, and there is a rasa. And since overmind plane of consciousness is in fact the one of the planes of mantra. I have already stated in my previous video talk that poetry written from the higher plane of intuitive mind consciousness and lower mind plane of consciousness is mantra. So naturally the poetry which is written on the plane or from the plane of over mind consciousness, it is certainly mantra. And Sri Aurobindo has found Vedas, Upanishads and the Gita as the writings of the over mind plane of consciousness. They all are the mantra. So there is a sound. Sound means it is the sound, it is the voice of the one transcendent. One transcendent voice is there, and because overmind consciousness works on the principle of division, the very one transcendent divine voice is somewhat damped. Of course, it is very little, but it is categorized as the divine vibration. So this very mantra plays an evolutionary role, in fact. That is to say, it contributes to the evolution of consciousness of man, ordinary man, to the higher planes. We know very well that this creation is the result of the evolution phenomenon. Science speaks of the evolution, but evolution is a partial picture of the total truth. There is a phenomenon called involution which precedes evolution. Evolution is rising from the lower to the higher. Involution is the coming down, descent from the plane, a higher plane to the lower plane. The very congealment of the probability wave into electron photon scientifically affirms this yogic discovery of the involution of the Vedic rishis and of Sri Aurobindo. So, as a result of the involution, matter has come into existence, aesthesis is there, reaction is there, but it is very much latent. So, it requires to be evolved. So, on the plane of overmind consciousness, there is a divine rush of the sound, or there is a divine rush in the sound itself of the overmind consciousness. It descends into the seeker of the truth, or even if somebody is not a seeker of the truth, it descends into the mind of the ordinary man when the ordinary man listens to the mantra, and that divine vibration very imperceptibly works for the evolution of the consciousness of man to the spiritual and finally the supramental plane of consciousness. So the rasa which is there, that very rasa in fact is experienced as Godward emotion to the higher planes in our experience. We have Godward emotion in us. We have the experience of Godward emotion, especially in the devotional songs, especially the devotional songs which we call bhajans. So devotional songs to God. We have a famous line of Surdas in Hindi, Akhiyan Hari Darshan ko pyasi. Since it is poetry, there is an emotion, but such an emotion is a Godward emotion. So this very Godward emotion, in fact, in the poet Surdas is or can be termed as or visualized as the derivative of the ras, the anand which is there on the plane of overmind consciousness in the person of Surdas. So this very ras which we find in this very line, Akhiyan Hari Darshan ko pyasi, the very sound, linguistic sound which is there, where the rus in this very linguistic sound, naturally the rus which is there on the plane of overmind consciousness is destined to take us to the plane of supramental consciousness, for which we have to take into refuge into Sri Aurobindo's monumental works like the Life Divine, which is a prose work of epic stature, as well as Savitri along with others, but these two are the most important monumental works, where we shall see how this evolutionary role of the rus of sound, which is certainly in the Godward emotion on the plane of overmind consciousness, takes a man to the plane of supramental consciousness. A few minutes before, I said that the evolution of linguistic sound depends upon the evolution of consciousness, as the linguistic sound is the manifestation of the consciousness. So, when we have to concentrate here on the evolutionary role of the rus of the sound of the overmind consciousness, we have to discuss the features of overmind consciousness. One feature I have already discussed. This is a cosmic consciousness. Overmind consciousness is a cosmic consciousness, and it has some cosmic feature. It is aware of the existence of one transcendent supramental divine. Because it is aware of the one transcendent supramental divine, the overmind plane of consciousness supports the evolution in general. It supports the evolutionary phenomenon. But because the overmind consciousness is basically the mental consciousness, it operates on the principle of the division. So, as a result of the operation of the principle of division, it brings out different cosmic functions on its own plane. And there are the chiefs of the cosmic functionaries. Those chiefs are called by us or are cognized by us as gods. God in plural, that is to say God. So, in all the cosmic functions, sound is at the base, sound functions there. And whatever may be the function at the base of the sound of all the cosmic functions such as the rain, we have a rain god. We have the goddess of Saraswati, goddess of learning, goddess Saraswati. So many cosmic functions are there, cosmic functionaries are there. But there is a sound. Sound means there is a vibration. So supramental vibration is here under the principle of division. So it is damped, but it is the force, the pressure of the supramental vibration is there. And since the involution takes place only for the purpose of causing evolution, the very sound has to play very essentially the role of evolution. So the aesthesis which is there on the lower planes of consciousness, whether it is the plane of spiritual mind or intellectual mind or planes below it, or on the planes of energy itself, of which physics speaks or mind it speaks, where this very aesthesis or to say reaction is conceived. So here there is a pressure from the plane of overmind consciousness due to the involution, and as a result of the pressure the evolution takes place and the very reaction evolves accordingly, and finally the divine ras we find on the plane of mantra, and for the explanation of which, or for the intelligibility of which, just now I gave the example of the famous line of Surdas, Akhiyan Hari Darshan ko Vyasi. That's all.